Okay, joined now by Memphis head coach Darren Schoenrock. Coach will, I guess, begin with an opening statement on the game and if you care to win the season in general, if you'd like.
Well, we knew it was going to be tough going in today, down a few arms and, facing a very, very potent offense. And our guys battled. JT just couldn't put anybody away early. We fired some bullpen weapons in that game yesterday, and so we didn't have some guys available. But I told the team that basically the tail end of that game, when it was apparent that it was going to be a one-sided victory for UCF, the way our guys handled themselves in the batter's box, on the field, in the dugout was kind of a microcosm of the year. This team has battled all year. They've been very classy. They play with a tremendous amount of class, and they never really give up fighting. And I was just proud of the team for doing that.
You have questions for Coach? Bryson, go right ahead.
Coach, what would you say was different about this UCF team compared to what you saw in the first game of the tournament?
Well, first game, we had an all-conference pitcher on the mound that probably could have been conference pitcher of the year, and he's done that to everybody he's pitched against this year. He has just kind of dominated them, and that's the difference. The game was played on the mound, and that was the difference. The same UCF team. They're very good. They can score multiple ways. They can pressure multiple ways. They're tough to strike out, and so they got when they got the lead, and they can kind of play with house money and get runners started and kind of gamble and give up some outs with short game stuff. They can be really hard to handle. So, and that's kind of what you have to do coming out of the losers bracket, like they're going to have to tomorrow, is find ways to just keep pressuring the opponent to try to get, push one across. So you kind of play a little bit differently when your back's to the wall, but they were very, very good today.
Coach, when you get to this point in the tournament and you've kind of deep into the well with pitchers, is it just a matter of just kind of finding the right guy at the right time and hoping for the best, or is
yeah, it is. And we've the freshman that came in there, Logan Rushing, was probably the one that settled things down the most. Daniel Casto had some moments where he settled some things down. They've been kind of 1 inning and 4 to 5 out guys the whole year for us. So trying to extend them a little bit beyond 3 outs, beyond 4 outs is a little bit out of their comfort zone. We had a really, really good weekend rotation intact early in the year, and we lose our Friday and our Sunday guy the second and third weekend of the year. And then our Saturday guy, Dalton Fowler, his last start was against Tulane, and we sent him home so we went into the tournament with basically Landon Gartman, who started out the year as our Tuesday guy. And so now that it pushes it back on the offense, is that we have to try to outscore people. So we can't play for one very much. We have to play for big innings. We have to try to keep getting swings off. Kind of changes how you play on the offensive side of the ball too. But our guys, they competed and just kind of ran out of depth arms. And I think that's going to be kind of the case of any team in the league this year that has to come through the losers bracket. They're going to have some big offensive days to win and try to get to these two teams that are undefeated now in this thing.
Understanding that you're 10 minutes from coming off the field, but have you given any thought or reflection as to kind of as to where we said after 37 years here?
Well, it's been a lot of fun. I never, but I went to college. I never really felt like, hey, I'm going to have a 37-year career in coaching college baseball. It just kind of unfolded that way. I've been in positions to be around some great men when I was very young in the game that served as mentors. Pat McMahon, Ron Polk, Brian Shoup, Keith Madison, just a number of great men and that made careers out of this game. And when I saw that, I wanted to do it too. So I made a lot of moves. We've bought and sold 8 homes, I think, and my oldest son lived in 6 states before the 7th grade. And so the game's taken me a lot of places. Got an opportunity to work a year in professional baseball. Got to coach in El Salvador. Got an SEC championship ring. Been in Omaha. I've been really, really fortunate that I've been at the right place at the right time, and this is the right time for somebody else to lead the program at Memphis. And who knows what I'm going to be doing in the future. I'm not not planning on going to the rocking chair. I'm going to do something, whether it's in the game or not. My first thing is I'm going to offer my services to be the color guy with Brightwell next year for the conference tournament. So my wife was all about that because she likes the beach here. So I'm going to offer that out on the air now to be a color guy with Brightwell next year down here. But what a great league! Really, I have really thoroughly enjoyed competing in the American. And when we left Conference USA and we were uncertain about our future, and then the American was formed, I immediately knew it was going to be a great baseball league, and it's really unfolded that way.
Well, if I can editorialize for a minute, just I appreciate all you've done for college baseball and for this conference to help get us started and give us a big push to get the league going. So thank you on behalf of that.
Thank you, Chuck.
Appreciate your time today. All right.
All right. Adios.
Okay, joined now by UCF head coach Greg Lovelady. Coach will begin with your opening statement, if you would, and then we'll open up to questions, please.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd just start off by just congratulating Rock on an unbelievable career, and just hope best of luck in retirement. And he's done a great job in Memphis for the last 18 years, and obviously been a big part of the SEC and played and coached in a lot of big games, and he's one of the good ones. So congrats, and hopefully retirement treats him well. I'm just really, really proud of our kids. We came out today with a lot of energy. They obviously threw the first punch in the first inning, and then we just started throwing haymakers. And I'm just proud. I mean, we weren't stunned. We didn't even flinch. We just absorbed the blow and got the 3 outs, and then just went in the bottom half and just started wailing away. And obviously, just huge games by Noah Orlando, Ben McCabe. I mean, up and down the lineup, we just had a bunch of big hits. Trent Taylor gets big hits. Jeffrey Pena, Alex Freeland, the huge double play there, field it and throw it first and third that just shut him down. And then obviously, Litch was just amazing. I just didn't feel comfortable after that first inning and just needed a calming force and wanted to put a 23-year-old in there that knew what he was doing, had been in the situation before, that could keep the ball on the ground and out of the air. And, he just did what he's supposed to do. And I'm just really proud of him. I mean, just went out there and attacked the zone, just got a ton of ground ball, a lot of early contact, and just did what he's done his entire career. And again, I know we've talked about it, how I know, the middle part of the season been really frustrating for him, but just kept showing up, kept bringing energy, kept working. And, obviously the last 3 weeks, he's been one of our best guys. And so I just went to him, and because I trust him, and he showed up. And so just proud. Again, 1 through 9, we did a great job, and huge win, and we're excited to play on the weekend.
Okay, we'll start with questions. Trace?
Yeah, I think, I think we all were a little upset. Again, I know I talked about it yesterday, or 2 days ago, just didn't feel like we came out with the energy and just the freedom that we normally have been playing with. And we got punched in the mouth, and I think it just woke us up. And whether that was just the game or whether that was, some of the meetings that we had where we just, challenged them. And they've come out today and just we've had a game plan. We stuck to the game plan. We knew what we had to do to beat each individual pitcher that was going to throw today. And we went out and did exactly what we said we were going to do. And when you do that, when you have a game plan, when Ted and Cece put together a game plan and you trust it, you don't try to do too much. You stay within yourself and you get good pitches to hit, and then you just do what you're supposed to do. Like, you're able to put up big runs. And so just proud of the guys for forgetting about Tuesday and then just coming out the last 2 games and just believing in the plan and sticking to it, being stubborn to the plan, and letting the game come to us. And we talk about that all the time, and we executed to perfection the last 2 games. It was awesome. I mean, it was huge. I mean, dead center field, just crushed it. But I mean, Noah's is the one that starts off the first one. That's the 3-run homer. Just again, but I mean, it starts with Jeffrey gets on, Alex gets on, and then we throw the first haymaker, and then just another one. Tommy gets on, and then Ben does another one. And there it is. We got nobody out, and we've scored 5 runs in answer. I mean, it just was a huge answer, but it just blows that it stunned them. You know what I mean? And we had them staggering from the get-go, and then we just kept throwing blows. And again, just proud of them for not letting off the gas. And part of that too is Litch, because we talk about all the time, when your offense is hot, like get on the mound, throw strikes, get us off the field as possibly can, because we're dying to get back to the bat rack. And so he does exactly that. He gets a lot of early contact, a lot of quick innings, and just get us back to the bat rack and let these guys get back in the box, because we were ready for it.
He's on a streak now of not giving up any runs. You know you're going and you can count on him.
Yeah. And again, like, I mean, that's how I felt in my entire career with him. And I know that he had some rough patches, but I never lost faith in that he was going to be this guy. It just was going to take some time, and just had to work through some stuff and figure some stuff out, man. But it's sure been fun. And obviously he's been a big part of our program, and I'm really glad he's on our team. And I'm really glad he's been pitching last few weeks the way he has.
Run rule allows you to be economical with your pitchers. So far through 3 games, I mean, you've got things pretty in control now.
Yeah, I mean, we feel good going in tomorrow with our pitchers. We just got to continue to execute, and again, I don't care how we get there. We just got to get there, and I don't care who throws. We're gonna go back and obviously into the drawing board and figure out what we got to do tomorrow to get to the end. But just do your job when your number gets called, and do it to the best of your ability. And offensively, we just need to continue to do the same things we did. But obviously, saving the 2 innings today that rests some guys. And so, David and Hunsaker did a great job of just continuing so that we could get the game over with and save some arms and be as fully rested as we possibly could be. I mean, if you told me that this is the situation would have happened and these are the 3 guys that would have thrown and the number of pitches that they threw, and that's how we're going to go into Saturday, like I would have taken it in a heartbeat. So, we're going to be as prepared as we possibly could be through the first 4 days of this tournament. And I'm excited to go compete with these guys again tomorrow.
Litch with 41 pitches, if you needed him tomorrow for either situation, either game.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how he feels. It's all about recovery and how he bounces back. And but obviously, being 23 years old, I'm sure he's going to say, just give me the ball whenever you need it.
You just saw Houston, which was 2 out of 3. What do you expect to see?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're a great team. They've been swinging the bats really well. Last night they did a great job of some big hits and big home runs. Got some physical guys, and we just got to do us. We got to worry about ourselves and just execute, go to our strengths, and play the way we've been playing. It's going to be a big challenge, but we just got to go worry about winning the first inning and go from there. What you got for me, Bryce?
All right, Coach, you said before coming to Clearwater that you didn't really care when, but you wanted players to click. Have you been seeing that while you've been down there in Clearwater, especially with Noah and Ben?
Yeah, I mean, I just think we played a lot better this week than we did last week, and minus the first 5 innings or 6 innings against Memphis on Tuesday. But again, I think it just kind of rattled our cage a little bit, and guys are playing really well. And obviously Alex just calms us all down, just the way he plays shortstop and the defense. And he had some, ton of, ground balls today and had 3 assists and a couple putouts. I mean, just a calming force in the middle of the infield. And that's been great. And guys have been swinging it. We just got to continue that. And you never know who's going to be the hero. And that's what we talked about. Just go up there and try to pass the bat and stay with your approach, stay stubborn to your approach. And you never know. And again, we've been getting it 1 through 9 the last 2 games, which is big. We're going to need it. We're going to need it for the next 2 days.
How important was it to get that when you got the opportunity to get the run rule, to save your pitchers? Because
it was huge. It was huge. We needed to save as many bullets as we possibly could to give us the best chance to play as many innings as we need to play tomorrow. So it was a great job by both the offense and the pitching staff of getting us to that point and holding it and being able to end the game as fast as we possibly could.
What do you think is going to be the biggest thing this team needs to do tomorrow in order to get the win, not 1, but 2 wins in order to go to the conference title game?
Just be us. Let the game come to us. Don't try to do too much. Just do your job, best of your ability, execute your pitches and stick to the plan. If we do that, we know we got a chance, and that's all we need. And excited to go try to win the first pitch tomorrow.
Do you know who's going to throw that first pitch tomorrow yet?
I have no idea, but I'll go home and figure it out. Me and Audio will put our heads together and go back and watch some video of Houston and figure it out. But we're going to need everybody for the next 2 days. And if we got to play 3 games, we're going to need everybody. And I'm excited to see who steps up and helps us out.
Would you say that defeating Memphis is like, what do you think is different that you saw from this team today than in game one? I think it was important to get over Memphis before you move on to go for the conference title potentially.
Well, I mean, we talk about it all the time about just the inning in front of us, the game in front of us. Today's the most important game of our season. We can't look forward to tomorrow. We got to worry about today. And but again, I just thought we came out with a lot more energy, and then we stuck with the game plan. I thought we got away from what we knew we needed to do in order to beat them on Tuesday. And we just didn't have the energy, and they out-energied us. And today we stuck with the game plan. We did exactly what we said we were going to do. And we brought a ton of energy. Cole Russo has been phenomenal in the dugout, just being the kind of leader with the energy. And it's contagious. And then hitting's contagious. And then we just went out there, and again, David does what he does just to get us back in the box, because the guys were rolling, and we just need to continue that and carry it over for tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, Bryson. Appreciate it. Thanks, Trace.
We welcome in Ben McCabe. Trace, we can start with questions if you like.
Then you guys down a couple runs, and then bats like it. Your big blast.
Yeah, no, it felt great. Coming into today, I think I was hitless in the tournament. And then I finally got the big hit there, but I couldn't do it without the guys in front of me, one through four in front of me, getting on base, and Noah's huge home run, Tom getting on base, and then just allowed me to do my thing. And we were 5 batters into the game with no outs and a 5-run lead. So that was awesome.
Describe your home run.
I wasn't sure if it was gone off the bat because I hit an identical one on Tuesday, and it was in the park. But once I saw it going, I knew the wind picked it up, and it just went. So that was nice to have that one go because I wasn't sure off the bat there.
27 runs the last 2, 33 through this tournament. How is this offense performing so well?
We're doing great. We're just trying to put together good at-bats, quality at-bats, and just pass the bat, not worry about success. As long as we put together a good at-bat, then results speak for themselves.
It's a little harder when you stumble and you're in that loser's bracket. What's the sense of urgency now? You lose, you go home. How does that motivate you and your teammates?
Yeah, I think we're all a little disappointed after the loss on Tuesday. Kind of woke us up, and in our hitters meeting, Coach Ted Tom fired us up a little bit. And I think everyone was just kind of like, all right, this is the time, backs against the wall, lose or go home, and you got to show up. And that's what we've been doing.
And Coach just said that when a guy like Litch comes in, shuts down the other team, you guys are anxious. You want to keep piling on runs to help your pitching staff as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. When you got a dude on the mound that just keeps, 1, 2, 3 innings, allows us to go out there and do our thing hitting wise, it's just awesome. It keeps us off the field and keeps us hitting at the plate.
You just saw Houston. What's the scouting report? What are you expecting these guys?
They're a really good team. They swing well, they pitch well. But I think we're just going to go play the game. Play toe-to-toe. We're going to pitch with them. We're going to hit with them. And I think it's going to be a really good game tomorrow.
Bryson?
And what would you say was different about these batters going up between today's game and Tuesday that helped you get a better outcome this time?
Yeah, I wouldn't say too much is different. I like to say that, but I think we had a little chip on our shoulder after that loss on Tuesday. Like I said, we were all pretty disappointed in the outcome. We all wanted to win that game. We think we should have won that game. But just coming in today, we kind of wanted some revenge. So we had that chip on our shoulder, and it came in our favor today.
Certainly helps that you got that home run. Did you get a chance to notice how far it went once you went around the bases?
Yeah, I had a couple of guys tell me in the dugout after. I didn't really see because I was more so looking at Love because he was firing me up a bit. But after I saw it, it was good. But I think, like I said earlier, I think the wind helped me out today.
You managed to hit four RBIs in today. How important was it to get all those runs in so that way you guys can save some arms by playing less innings?
Oh, that's huge. Obviously, being in the losers bracket means you got to play more games. So we got to save as many arms as we can. But as an offense, put up that many runs and allow us the 10-run rule and only play 7. We get to save some of our better arms and utilize those guys tomorrow because we got to play 2 games if we want to win this thing. So it was a huge help for today, and I think it's going to help us a lot tomorrow.
Yeah, speaking of tomorrow, you got to win twice. What do you think you guys as batters are going to need to do in order to muster in order to pull off that double win?
Yeah, like I said, I think we're just going to put together quality at bats. As we just focus on the present, putting together good at bat, they'll pile up and the results will carry. So as long as we're just in the present playing our game, I think our hitters going to do a great job tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
24, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, and joined now by winning pitcher David Litchfield.
Expect to come in as early as you did today.
No, you never plan to come in and, start warming up in the first inning. But, when your number's called, you just got to be ready. And that's kind of the MO of this pitching staff is, it doesn't matter what your previous role was or how you did in any of your previous outings. Like when your number's called, you got to be ready to come in and execute now.
What's been working so well for you down this stretch?
The defense, really. I haven't really changed a whole lot. And, the bad outings, the good outings, it's just the results. Getting a lot of weak contact. The pitches, I haven't been perfect by any means, but the defense has been absolutely incredible behind me. I don't think I've had any errors behind me or anything in the last, 8 outings.
The team gives up a couple of runs in the first, but then comes back big in the bottom of the inning.
Mhm.
When you got to the mound, knowing that the offense can crank like that, how does that make you feel?
I mean, it's nice when you see the offense, put up 5 runs in an inning or 6 runs. You just know you got to get them back in the dugout because, they're all, salivating out there in the field thinking about their next at bat. So I want to be the guy that gets them back in so they can score more.
41 pitches, if your number's called, what do you think on Saturday?
I mean, I'm absolutely ready. I'm down to, I count down the days. I only get one left. I'm only guaranteed one more game. So if they say, get ready to go in, I'm there.
With the run rule and the way the pitching staff has been used through the first 3 games, you're in as good a position as you could be from a run standpoint.
Yeah, and that's a lot of confidence for everybody else that hasn't pitched. Kyle Kramer hasn't even touched the mound yet. And that's been one of our most consistent guys all year. And I know everybody that hasn't pitched or pitched on Tuesday, didn't pitch today, like they're all ready to go.
You lose that first game, put you in that difficult position, lose and you go home. What is the feeling? What's that sense of urgency?
I think a lot of it came from some of the younger guys on the team, realizing that people like myself and Will Saxton and Trent Taylor, Noah and Riley, like we're at our last potential game here. So I feel a lot of love from everybody on the team. They don't want us to go. I don't want to go, and it feels nice that they don't want us to go either. And that's kind of what I'm feeling from the team and the energy. When you don't want to let those older guys go, it can lead you to special things.
You've given a lot to this team. You just said it there. You don't want to go yet, do you?
No, I don't want to go. I want to ring. Playing here for 5 years, I've got a bunch of pictures. I got a bunch of memories. I got the jersey they gave me on senior night, but I need some moments that'll live with this program forever. I want to ring something to show for my kids down the line. Like that's what I want, because some of those memories are going to fade away. You can keep the pictures in the jersey, but I want a freaking ring.
What's it going to take?
All hands on deck. When your number's called, go up there and get after it, whether you're a position player or a pitcher. Like if you think that you're not going to play a role in us winning a championship, you're wrong, whether it's on the field or on the bench. Like everybody can offer something. Everybody gets a ring, whether you're even here or you're back home in Orlando right now watching on TV. If you're part of the team, you're going to get a ring. So everybody needs to help in any way possible to make it happen.
You guys went to Houston 2 weeks ago, took 2 out of 3. What do you expect from them?
I mean, I'm not the one that does the scouting reports. I just go out there when my number's called and throw the pitches that the Audi calls. You can't expect our offense to put up 15 runs every game. So I would love for them to do that, but I'd like to see the pitching staff dominate a game again and win by any means possible.
Bryson, anything for me?
Litch, Coach talked about how you had your struggles in the middle of the season. How important was your work afterwards to get you to the point where you had this late season stretch where you've starting to go multiple innings again, and now you're the winning pitcher in the conference tournament?
Yeah, definitely struggled a little bit mentally, a little lacking a little bit of self-confidence there in the middle of the season when you're not getting the results you wanted. You're in your last year of baseball. You obviously have a plan on how you want it to go. And obviously that's not how I expected it to go. I think I got a little bit complacent with my work throughout the week. So finally realized I need to change something. I need to change something now. You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. So I just put my head down, worked, just to get back to doing what I do best, which is going out there and getting a bunch of ground balls and letting the defense get me out of these innings.
You talked about how if your number gets called tomorrow, you got to go out there. What do you think this pitching staff, including yourself, needs to do tomorrow in order to get not 1, but 2 wins to have to advance forward?
I mean, you got to throw a lot of strikes. You don't want to run your pitch count up and get deep into the bullpen in the first game. So, like to see a lot of first pitch strikes. And, just like I said, hopefully the defense helps you out when those balls get put in play. Keep the pitch count down and use as little guys as possible.
What would it mean to you? What does it mean to you to see this team rally the way that it has to keep from going home in your last season? I
mean, I'm so happy after losing the first one. Everyone's disappointed, and it's starting to hit me where it's like, oh man, is this it? Because I pitched on Tuesday night, and I was like, man, that might have been my last one. So the way this team has rallied and came back, especially the offense, it's unbelievable. It makes me really happy.
I mean, between you, Noah, and Trent, the senior class has really been having some standout moments in this conference tournament. How important has this been for the five of you in this last run, as well as the 3 of you who have been putting up some nice highlights?
Yeah, and we've been spending a lot of time together outside the field. But like I said, when the clock's ticking and you don't know if it's your last at bat or your last outing, man, it's easy to focus and bring your best stuff every single time.
So what do you think this team will need to do in order to get past tomorrow and hopefully do a conference championship?
Pitching staff's got to throw a lot of strikes. Defense got to make the plays, and the offense got to put together a bunch of good at bats. And just all hands on deck. Everybody do your job, and hopefully that equals the Knights coming out on top.
Awesome. Thanks, Litch.
David, thank you. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Keep going.